Hey guys, welcome back again. It's Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back again to the channel that is your home for tech, toys, and talk. And of course, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we're back again with another unbox. This time around, we are dipping back into threezero with, that's right, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers White Ranger. Now, this is by threezero. Now, of course, you guys know I got the Green Ranger right up there. He was my first 1/6 scale purchase at only $99. Now this one, it was a few dollars more, but it's been a couple years and these have gone up in popularity. Now I actually got this directly from BigBadToyStore.com. I have no affiliation with them of any kind. They don't do affiliates. Also, they had the best deal, the best bang for your buck when it comes to tax, shipping, price. eBay, you're talking $150 and up, and then shipping, of course. Entertainment Earth, same deal. It was like $150 and up, and I got this for about, I think, after tax and everything, around $140. I think it was like $129 or something like that. So this was the best deal, the best bang for your buck. Now, if you don't want to wait a long time for your shipping, you do have to pay a few bucks extra for their express shipping. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting like a week or or two for the ground shipping if you just do the basic $4 shipping. Point of reference. So, yeah, let's go ahead and let's unbox this right now, guys. What do you say? Okay, so obviously here we go. We got, and one thing that threezero does tremendously is they do amazing box art. This is going to be a box you want to keep. You don't want to throw away. I mean, hell, you could even just keep him. Nice display. You can keep this in box if you really wanted to, but you guys know me. I'm an out of boxer. Now, the danger of this is, well, he's a white figure. When I say white figure, I'm talking about the tunic, his the cloth fabric, the soft goods. So you want to keep this, don't have any beverages near him, Otherwise, you're going to be SOL. You don't want that. Now, this is White Ranger. Obviously, this is the second iteration of Tommy's powers. Tommy Oliver, a.k.a. Jason David Frank, rest in peace. One of the greatest Power Ranger portrayals of all time. I mean, the guy was the Green Ranger. Lost his green powers, got his green powers back. Then, green powers were lost again, completely drained, so then he became the White Ranger, White Tiger. Then, not only then, powers were lost again, he became the White Falcon Zord Ranger, right? Then, Mighty Morphin came to an end, and we had to go into Zeo. Power Ranger Zeo, Zeo Ranger 5, Red, right? And then, shifted into Turbo. He didn't stay Turbo Red. He passed it on to TJ. Then, Black Dino Thunder, when he was a mentor to the Dino Thunder Rangers and took on the power and became the Black Dino Thunder Ranger himself. So, count that. Those different times he was imbued with powers. And then, of course, he had the Master Morpher, which he could access any of his powers at any given time. I mean, and let's be honest, he was the heart and soul of the Power Rangers, of the franchise itself. He was always down to be a part of anything that they had going on, as long as it coincided with, family schedules, life in general itself. Let's go ahead and we're going to open this up from the bottom. There you go. Let's slide this right out. I love the art that they have right here. It looks great. It's tremendous. We're going to gently toss the box aside. Of course, you get your warranty sheet because, yes, they give you a warranty here. That's pretty cool right there, guys. You can try to read all the legal jargon. There you go. So, let's go ahead and, of course, well, we want to get rid of the little crystals. They're supposed to preserve everything. We don't care for those. Now, just like Green Ranger, he's going to come with one weapon. One weapon and one weapon only. Of course, the mystical, the fantastical. Oh, this looks so, oh, that's great. So, here we go. We have Saba. Let me see if I can get this to focus in. That looks so good. And what's great is, on the toy, the blade can come out, and they did that here. We have kind of like it's like a very, very dark gunmetal, and then the black trim right at the top there. But that is so cool. I love the gold on here. They really did a great. Let's see if I can get this to focus a little bit better. They did a great job right there. What do you guys think? By the way, if you guys have any thoughts, any questions, any concerns, please don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to go ahead and, let me know in the comment section below. Now, there is one thing that I am disappointed in. We don't have a stand for him. That's right. We don't have a stand. Now, for the most part, many of these threezero figures can stand on their own. I may have to go to Amazon and get us a stand. Now, if you notice, his foot just came off. That is, honestly, that is a drawback to some of threezero's, at least. Whoa. The peg system here, once you get it snapped in, if you're doing anything tremendously, like trying to move them around really crazy or pose them really crazy, there are some drawbacks. They don't have a whole lot of ankle adjustment, if you will. So, there we go. But let's take a look at that right there. I mean, we get the holster on the side here. They do this just in the back. And that's something that you saw in Power Rangers, too. There was like a little sleeve that went over where the actual belt's buckled on from the back. We get the little holster here for Saba. Now, of course, the helmets do not come off, but that's perfectly fine because with the Power Ranger Lightning Collection figures from Hasbro, I always kept the helmets on regardless because the head sculpts are just crazy. And plus, I mean, if you're a Ranger, you might as well have your helmet on anyways. And what I like is, now these fists, the hand attachments that they have here, they're not hard plastic. They are a rubber that will give. So you can put items in there if you really wanted to. I mean, if I wanted to get crazy, I could grab the Dragon Dagger from Tommy right now. Put it in here so that this White Ranger is holding both the Dragon Dagger and Saba. So that is something kind of crazy we can do. We get an open hand. Like maybe he's reaching for something. So that's cool. Obviously, we get a whole set of different fists, different hand accessories that we have here. Let me just get the plastics out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little rusty. So, yeah, we get the Saba holding hand. We get the fist. And we get kind of like he's doing a move or doing a gesture, almost as if he's commanding perhaps Tiger Zord. I almost said Dragon Zord. What a maroon. The helmet on here, again, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. The helmet is great. We get this gloss plastic that gives a nice shiny polished look to it. The visor, the gold trim on here, the tiger. It just looks fantastic. I mean, this is something I wish we saw more on, Lightning Collection. But then again, you were talking $25 figures, so you're not going to get a whole lot. Now, the vest is not removable. I know on the Lightning Collection and other iterations of the White Ranger figure, you have been able to remove this. And that would be kind of cool because then you can kind of recreate that one scene from White Light where Billy basically found his way through a hidden portal or doorway, which led him to eventually what would become known as the Power Chamber. And we saw a Tommy, or we saw a White Ranger laying on a table, but without his vest. So that would be something kind of cool to do. Like they could have done like little faint magnets on the side. But as a Power Ranger fan and as a fan of Jason David Frank, I had to get White Ranger. We had Green Ranger, so we had to get White Ranger. They do have Zeo Ranger 5 Red for pre-order, and some places you can actually buy him outright. That's one thing I do want to get at some point in time. But he looks so fantastic. I mean, everything here, like I think we can, yeah, we can slide these bands down a little bit further if we want to, you know. All the details, the wrist details, the brace, the gauntlets here, the braces, if you will, they look fantastic. The emblem looks friggin' fantastic. Honestly, if you're into Power Rangers or you're just into threezero itself, threezero is a tremendous brand. Now, the only thing that they have missing on here is they don't have the molded piece, which would show, like, oh, where the little clasps where you would unbuckle them so you can take the helmet off, if that was a thing. But I mean, that's like a small nitpick. But everything else, you know, he's got articulation. I mean, take a look at that right there. It looks fantastic. Um, let's check the movement. I mean, he's got some, with the fabric, you're going to have limitations as to how you can move. We do have a seam right here, so that will limit some movements. But I've been able to do poses like this where we can get him kind of doing a high kick. We can have him turn, and maybe he's holding Saba, or maybe he's got a fist in that hand. So there's a lot of different poses you can do. I have to hop on Amazon after I'm done recording this video so I can go ahead and get a stand for him. Now on eBay you can get some special stands for the threezero or for any 1/6 scale figures, no matter who you're going through. But I mean, for the price point, it's a no-brainer. Take a look at the gloves. Let's see if we can get some focus. There we go. We get the lines across the gloves just like we saw in the show. Even on the boots, we get this kind of like T pattern right here that aligns perfectly with the boot right there. Looks fantastic. Now, you saw that this foot came off. Sometimes, if you're moving things around, you know, the peg will loosen and this comes off. Now, right now, he's standing up nice and straight. So, yes, I could get away without doing a stand. However, if I wanted him in any kind of an action pose, I want to stand for him, you know? Like, I've had Green Ranger Tommy. Now, he's just standing upright, but I've had it in the past where he's doing like a little fight pose where he's got the dagger, dragon dagger in one hand, sword of darkness in the other hand. And, you know, he's got this kind of kick move going on. I've done that for a lot of them. Right now, I just have him standing up, but I know that they've done several Rangers. They've done all of Mighty Morphin. They've released all of Zeo now, including Gold Ranger. Well, he's on pre-order, and I do want to get Gold Ranger. There's a lot of controversy with Austin St. John. How am I blanking on his name? Well, technically his name is Jason, but that's another story. Austin St. John has a little bit of controversy going on. He has a legal issue going on, and he also has some popular opinion issues with a product line that he recently came out with, but we're not here to discuss that. But they have all those figures. Gold Ranger just looks so fantastic, and he wasn't just portrayed by Jason, he was also portrayed by a series of brothers who portrayed the character of Trey of Triforia. So regardless of what opinions you may have publicly on Austin St. John, Gold Ranger was many different characters. So there is that. But this White Ranger looks fantastic, guys. Again, if you're a Ranger fan, get this. I mean, threezero, they have a line of G.I. Joe. They have a line of just about anything and everything you can think of. Transformers, they do amazing 1/12 and 1/6 scale figures, guys. I highly recommend checking out their main website. I'm going to have links in the video description below, not only for their website, also to Big Bad Toy Store where I got this. Hopefully he's still at the same price point or even less for you guys. Fingers crossed. I highly recommend checking it out. I'm also going to have a link to my Green Ranger unbox from a couple years ago. So please check that out. But White Ranger looks fantastic. I can't wait to get Red Ranger from Zeo. He's going to be my next Tommy, my next Power Ranger acquisition. I kind of want to get a Jason David Frank collection going on. I have Green Ranger, White Ranger, any of the Rangers portrayed by Jason David Frank are my favorite of all time. Money is kind of snug right now, but we'll see. You know, maybe if I play the long game, maybe I'll come across a good deal, or odds are the price on a lot of these figures are going up. They're very collectible, especially since Hasbro is no longer continuing or pursuing your Lightning collection, anything Mighty Morphin of any great quality, which is definitely threezero, I highly recommend jumping on it as soon as possible. I just love how reflective the visor is. I mean, the visor is reflecting lights in this room right now. I mean, it looks fantastic. You guys can see that right there. All the lights glistening against the visor. It's just an amazing figure. Now, there you go. Now, sometimes when you pull the hand out, the peg is still in there, so you might have to play with it. Now, the good thing is these hands are like a rubber. So, there you go. You got your peg. Your long peg is what goes into the wrist. This shorter peg with the cap is what goes into the hand. Okay? Let's see. Let's grab a hand that can hold Saba. And let's see if we can get this to hold Saba right now. As you guys can see, I'm actually prying this open with the front of my finger. And that does work. There you go. Just peg that in. And there you go. You have Tommy rocking out with Saba right there. And it looks so damn good. And of course, I mean, if he's in fighting mode, let's make the blade a little bit higher, a little bit longer. Long. That looks so badass. It really does. I want to try and see if I can get him to like a more arched pose, as it were. Maybe we'll put a fist on the other hand. What do you say? Come on, Tommy, calm down. Yes, I know Kim dumped you. Don't worry. You wound up with Cat. It's okay. Although, if you ask me, I really wanted him to end up with, what's her name from Dino Thunder? Redheads, it's a thing. I'm just saying. So, yeah, we can have this kind of pose right there. Once I get a proper stand, this just looks awesome. It looks so awesome. I can't endorse this enough. I mean, this figure looks fantastic. And it's a fraction. It is a friggin' fraction of what a Hot Toy runs for. I mean, the only way you're going to get a better deal on beating this price point is you're not. You're seriously not. I mean, paying about $129, maybe $130 something, then tax and shipping for him. That's about a price for a Mafex 112 scale. Seriously. So think about that for a second. So they have Rambo, they have Walking Dead, they have so many different lines at threezero's website. Again, I highly recommend checking them out. No matter what your fandom is, you're going to find something there. Seriously, trust me. Unequivocally, you will find something there. But he looks fantastic. I can't wait to get the Zeo Ranger 5. I don't know if we'll get a Dino Thunder Black, considering that series happened so many seasons after Power Rangers. The likelihood of that, I don't know. Maybe they'll do a special figure. They did do Lord Draken, which is not from the TV show, but from the Boom comic books. They did the Ranger Slayer, and they've done the putties. I think they did the original putties, Rita's putties, but not Zed's putties. I think those are the ones we really want. Maybe with a breakaway shield or something. I don't know. That would be something that they could do. But this looks fantastic. There's just the detail on here alone is phenomenal. I love that this is kind of like a matte, almost like a matte finish, where everything else is kind of more of a gloss. The gold color is just so on point. Everything is consistent, from the braces to the upper arm brace by the biceps, the waist, the belt that is. There you go. Everything is fantastic on here. Now, obviously, the holster for Saba isn't anything to write home about, but it works. I mean, even the holsters on the show weren't exactly anything to write home about, let's be honest. So, but this looks fantastic, guys. Kind of looks like he's staring up at Goldar if Goldar was super big. Come on, take me on. Looks great, guys. I cannot tell you how I love this. I love it. Now, anyone who follows my channel, you know my desk is not the most flat, most balanced place. Plus, I have this beat up desk mat. He's standing there. We'll do the shake test. He's staying. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, guys, I'm going to give this a 9.5. He's not a perfect 10, but he's a 9.5. It would have been cool if we got a flight stand thrown in there, but hey, even for a few bucks more, I would have done it. But on eBay, they have, there's actually a few sellers that have made their own stands. They're just a basic stand, but they have like a decal thrown on the front that shows what Ranger it is, and then a color design of their power coin or their energy power or Zord or whatever on the bottom where the figure actually stands on. And that just, it adds a whole nother dimension. Just like when you get a hot toy, you get those stylized, kind of customized, or it's themed directly to that figure. So that may be something you may want to check out. Go ahead and check out eBay, Etsy. Amazon's just going to have your basic stands, but a basic stand will do fine. That's what I've been using for Green Ranger for the longest time. But guys, as you can see, I have Green Ranger up there. He's got a Sword of Darkness, and he's holding Dragon Dagger. I know the lights are kind of washing everything out, but on a scale of 1 to 10, guys, again, he is a 9.5. I highly recommend getting him. Again, full disclaimer, I have no affiliation with threezero. I have no affiliation of any kind with Big Bad Toy Store. These are just my opinions. I got a great deal at Big Bad Toy Store. That's why I'm talking them up so much. threezero did amazing job with Green Ranger when I got him. Now, he had 2 weapons for $99 a couple years ago when he first came out. This guy, I scored him for around $130 plus tax and shipping. So, I mean, I still came out ahead. Otherwise, I would have been paying $150 plus tax and shipping. So, guys, I always tell you guys, shop around, do your research, check out what maybe some deals that other people have done. But he's fantastic. He is a knockout of the park. I can't wait to pose him with Green Ranger. And, of course, I could actually set them up to fight each other because, obviously, that did happen. So, guys, I can't tell you how much I love this. threezero, you guys, if I highly doubt threezero ever watches any of my videos because I'm so small. But if anyone from threezero ever sees this, you guys, you friggin' knocked it out of the park. This is a budget-minded 1/6 scale figure. As someone who is always on a budget, I can't thank you guys enough for making something of this high quality. People can argue, well, hey, with a hot toy, you get a head sculpt. Well, is a head sculpt worth like another $125, $150 more? I can't argue that. I mean, I could, but I couldn't, but I could, but I couldn't. For a Power Ranger figure, this works perfectly fine. We don't need a head sculpt. I mean, a head sculpt would be cool, but then you get a lot of legal issues you have to deal with. Look at Super 7. That's why they kind of do like a cartoon or comic book version of the actors' faces or their likenesses. You get into a lot of legal issues with that. With something like this, you're not relying on paying endorsement deals to those individual actors. You're just paying off the endorsement deal for the copyright of the costume itself, the character itself. And right now, threezero is obviously, they have a partnership with Hasbro, so that's why they're able to do this. But they make it very affordable, guys. I can't tell you, I mean, you can see I have Hot Toys up there. Hot Toys, on average, when they first come out, you're lucky if they're around $250, $275 at the lowest. On average right now, they're usually around $300 to maybe $350, $375 and up, depending on any accessories or the popularity of that particular IP, intellectual property. So to be able to get something between $100 to $150, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, guys. And guys, tell me this. What are your thoughts on this video? What did you think of my unboxing of White Ranger? Let me know in the video description below if you have any comments, questions, concerns. You guys know how to reach me. You can always message me at Daves_Dimension on Instagram or email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. Let me know what kind of content you want me to do moving forward. We are going to be shifting. As you guys can see, I have my 3D printer running in the background. We're actually going to be doing a little bit more of 3D projects. We're going to do some more 3D printing from the novice's perspective because I am utterly a novice, although I've been making a lot of different props lately. Well, for cosplay, of course. So, guys, please stay tuned. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, you guys know how to reach me. Tell me what your thoughts. What do you think about this threezero figure? Do you think he's a home run? Do you think he was a swing and a miss? Let me know in the comment section below. And, guys, as always, keep on busting. And you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. I will always, always catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.